Yeah, there was a few key points there that I was able to win at the right time. Yeah, he's a tough, awkward player. Yeah, he makes a lot of tough balls. Yeah, he doesn't look like the best mover sometimes, but his defence is very good. You know, he played some great defensive lobs on the full stretch and made me play a lot of shots out there. Even when I thought I hit some pretty good serves, he was able to dig them back deep and you know, really get back in the point. So yeah, I just had to play tough. It's, you know, obviously awkward for me playing, you know, some of the younger Australian guys as well. You know, I would have preferred that he drew someone else after qualifying. You know, it was a good effort for him to qualify here, and you know, obviously I'm happy to get through though. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a great weekend in Darwin. A few weekends ago, it was yeah, how it all panned out. You know, Grothy hadn't won a live Davis Cup match before, and we were going in the doubles, 2-love down, and yeah, I was pretty fired up, but I could just sense it in his eyes as well that he was ready to play a big one, and we just teamed up really well. Yeah, I just felt confident in what he was doing out there, and then obviously going in the last day, once they decided that Grothy and I were going to play, yeah, we backed each other, especially on that kind of court. Yeah, it is different for sure. Yeah, even more so, you know, try and watch some of the other Aussie boys. You know, I've always tried to watch them, but taking a bit more of an interest in them. Nearly everyone I hit with leading into the tournaments, most of the Aussie boys, you know, just trying to help them out as much as possible as well. So it's, I guess you're not focused just on yourself as much as, you know, tennis is a pretty individual sport for, you know, 10, 11 months of the year. But obviously with the Davis Cup and these boys look up to me a lot, you know, I feel like it's, you know, a good job for me just to go out there and help them with, you know, some small things.
How much in general would you say you are trying to soak things up and store final memories of your last full season on tour? And is there something special for you about having your son with you?
Yeah, that's yeah. It's not something about, you know, obviously going back to places like Wimbledon and playing at those places for the last time. That's, yeah, you try and enjoy the memories of being there as a competitor for the last time. Obviously, you know, the rest of the weeks, this is special. You know, having my son here with me this week. He came to this tournament with me last year. He wanted to do it again. He asked if we're going back to Washington. I said, we'll have to see if they give us a wild card. So it was nice of Jeff. Actually, you know, he contacted me months and months ago and offered a wild card to me, and yeah, I said yes straight away. I've always enjoyed playing here, and I was more than happy to come back.
What's it like for your son here? He's older now, he can't understand who you are. Do you want to talk to him about matches, about players? Do you want to talk about other stuff?
No, he talks a bit of everything really, but he just loves being around the tennis courts. I can't believe I probably would have been the same. You know, I loved Australian rules football and being in the locker room with the players and that when I was a kid with my dad and my uncle, and yeah, he loves it down there with you know, he's in the locker room with all the boys, and you know, Grothy and Duckworth and these guys are talking to him right before they go out to play, and he's having a good old time. Yeah, we're in a lot better place than we were, you know, last 8 years, I guess. You know, I felt like obviously I was one of the main guys, and we had a couple of guys pushing, getting in Grand Slams, but we didn't have a real core group, and we do have that now. We have obviously 3 exceptional young, talented players that are capable of playing with the big names on the big stage. And then we have a good group after those guys, such as Grothy, Duckworth, John Millman. Then we got another kid, Omar Jazika, on the way up, who won the US Juniors last year. So there's a good crop of players coming up. But they've still got work to do. Even the best young ones, they've still got a couple of areas of their game they've got to work on to take that next step. Kyrgios, yeah. I think it affects both guys a little bit. It's a tough one. They're gonna learn from it, I guess, and move on. But I guess I've been sort of there as a sounding board. It was good to be around Nick and in Darwin as well, straight after Wimbledon, and he was obviously in a lot of the headlines there as well. So it was good just to be around him. He knows that he's got people in his corner that he can trust. It's pretty tough at the moment. He's obviously in the spotlight, and he's got to learn to deal with it in the best possible way that he can and still go out there and compete. And he's going to have ups and downs like everyone we all have over the years, and hopefully he comes out of it on the right side. I was talking to Bernie every day during Bogota. I didn't doubt him for a second there. I thought he'd win the tournament, and he plays well in those conditions too. But Bernie's a different guy. He, some of those things is it's water off a duck's back sometimes. So I think it all got blown out of proportion though a lot.
Last question. Cheers. Thank you.